Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today I have another breakup story. And if you have a breakup story you want to share, please visit writemac.com. Live coaching is also available if you'd like to take it the next step. But today we have a story I haven't read completely because most of the time when I read these, I do read them live and many times for the first time. A little different effect when it's like that because I get surprised. I'm reading the story sometimes. I'm going, oh, didn't see that coming. So this particular story has an age gap of 7 years. And if you have an age gap in your relationship, and I believe it's much more common that the men tend to be older than the women, but it's not always the case. But please put in the comments down below some of the trials and tribulations or stories you have about having a age gap. This particular gentleman said 7 years. I've dealt with people 25, 20 years. And I think the age gap tends to affect people depending on what ages you're at. So, for example, 7 years, if the individual is 25 and you're 32, that age gap might be okay, where if you were 40 and she's 25, you might be in really different places. And it has a lot to do with values and identity. So I think 5 years is a pretty good one. Relationships can actually work just fine. The longevity comes into question over time for a various amount of factors with the age gap. So please put in the comments if you are in a relationship with a large age gap, some of the trials, tribulations, or questions you have moving forward, and I'll try to answer those or share them with the other people watching this video. So let's get right into this one. Hey Mac, I was with this girl for 5 years. We have a 7-year age gap, and we met when she was 20. She lied to me about her age in the beginning, and I felt this to be a red flag, but I fell in love with her. Yeah, lying in the beginning of a relationship is not good. I would just question, what was her particular reason for lying about her age? 20 years old is, you're an adult. So we moved in together in a year and bought a house at the 3-year mark. Well, that's a lot of times in a serious relationship, the 3-year mark is taking a next step, and buying a house is a big next step. Once she graduated college at 25, she got a career. Well, sounds like everything's going good. But if I had to guess, 25 years old, you finish college and you get a new career. That means values and identity are going to change. That can affect your relationship severely or in a good way. But a lot of times it's someone goes, oh, now I have this job, now I have this money, now I have this title. What about my relationship? Am I happy with it? You start questioning other things. You want to buy a new car. Everything's new. It's a transition. I asked her dad for permission and bought a ring. Okay. Noble thing to do. Then she told me she never wanted to get married, started hanging out with her best friend who was cheating on her boyfriend at the time. Dun dun. Okay. This has to do with her age, 25. I talked about it before in my own past. I was 28. My girlfriend was about 25. And I remember specifically her saying, I'm 25 years old and I've only been with 2 guys, including you. I want to see what it's like to get out there and be single. I remember just feeling like, and she was, and my ex now of, I don't know, 10 plus years ago, she was hanging out with individuals that were promiscuous and had broke up with their boyfriends, and that has an effect, but you can't blame the friends. Your individual partner needs to find out or do what's right for them. You telling them not to hang out with someone most of the time doesn't work. Then she starts coming home late, 4 a.m., and her excuse is that she fell asleep at a guy friend's house who she was constantly Snapchatting. Okay, well, that says a lot. That's unacceptable. You're not sure of what happened, but sleeping over a guy friend's house when you've been together for years and you want to marry this woman, you guys are on 2 different wavelengths at that point. Finally, I talked with her and have to show her that she is trying to break up. Finally, I talked with her and have to show her that she is trying to break up with me. So you're saying to her that she's doing this. She tells me She lost who she was in the relationship and needed to find herself. I was foolish enough to think we could remain friends and work on us. Well, that goes in her favor. She told me she wanted to find her way back to me. She started having sex with the guy I mentioned previously and at first lied to me repeatedly about it. Well, lying's something that she's done in the past and hasn't had a problem with it, but then she tells you the truth or you find out the truth. That's not a good pattern. The fact that she's sleeping with someone else says that that's what she's looking for right now, is seeing what it's like to be single, and she's attracted to other people. She's 25 years old. She's at the pinnacle of her attraction as a woman. This isn't you. This could be timing and circumstances, which I mention a lot. You might have been doing the same things over and over again, and she just, at 25 years old, wants to let her hair out and go meet other people. Then she told me she hated it but had to try it out because of her past. I would need to know what that meant with her past. You see some more background here. She told me that she was not comfortable with sex because she was raped before she met me. She didn't drop this bomb on me until 9 months into the relationship, so I believed her again like a fool. So she kept me around. She eventually moved out and moved in with her best friend, the one who was constantly cheating on her boyfriend. 9 long months after the breakup, we remained friends, and I constantly did things for her. Okay, so the issue that she had in the past, that's something that she needs to seek therapy for and seek professional help. Obviously, it's a highly sensitive issue. I'm not going to speak directly on or give her advice, but she needs to go see therapy if that's something that's still bothering her, if she's never addressed it. 9 long months after the breakup, we remained friends, and I constantly did things for her. Well, that's a bad place to be in. You know that. I hadn't heard of the no contact rule at this point. Well, a pattern began to repeat. Another guy who was just a friend and someone to talk to. He supposedly lives in another state but has a family in this one. I had this gut feeling there was more, and she would yell at me for calling her a liar and then get real sweet with me to manipulate me. Yeah, that's a bad relationship to be in. If that's a pattern she's following where she knows she can get her way every time, and over time that's not going to serve you. It's quite immature, actually. But if it works for her, she's going to keep using it on you. Okay, it's like using the same fishing bait for the same lake and catching the fish every single time. As long as it works, you're going to keep using it. So all of our fights in the relationship would be that way. She would yell, and then I would break down, and she would be sweet. It's called passive aggressive. For some reason, I would become really negative in the relationship, and is the reason for a lot of our fights. So I own that, and I know I need to work on myself. Well, 2 days ago, I went to surprise her with a coffee and found his truck in her driveway. Fuck. That's clarity. That's clarity. That's non-negotiable. And I could hear them having sex. That's non-negotiable. That's a traumatic thing in a breakup right there. I would stay away from her for a while and go into no contact. I left, sent her a message, never contacted me. My question is this: should I give her an opportunity to explain? What do you want explained? Most likely you're going to get a lie. Most likely you're going to get anger, then sweetness. What do you want from this? I know she sounds toxic, and she is, but I'm afraid I turned her into this. No. You didn't turn her into this. And I see the potential in her to be a truly great companion and partner to me. You see the potential. We would need to talk in a live coaching session to really help you unpack this, because I'm not sure how you could see that at this point with the lying and now the patterns of behavior and now you witnessing that. Just the sound of what you heard in the background and witnessed, I don't think you're going to be able to let that go very easily, even if you do get back together at this point. You need to go into no contact for a month, catch your breath, and really address what you want. Is this damage done? What do I do? Thank you for any help in this. I'd highly suggest a live coaching session with myself or another breakup coach. Get everything out there if you want to go to a counselor, but get everything out on the table about this relationship and really unpack things and see where you're at, because this is not a healthy relationship in any ways, and you're giving in a lot a lot of times, and you're not getting what you want. You think you are, but you keep going, well, and over time you're going to be left held in the bag, and at some point she's going to end up completely cutting you off. Go into no contact for yourself. Okay? Thank you for supporting the channel.